In this video, I'm going to show you how to make Instagram highlight icon covers, those really nice custom icons that you see above people's pictures on their Instagram profiles. I'm going to show you step by step over the shoulder how to make them. And now I'm going to show you by using my own personal Instagram account and adding highlight custom covers on my profile, and you're going to see it right over the shoulder so you won't miss a beat. Get a notepad, get a pen so you can take some notes. And there's really three ways that I use to do this. It's either I'm going to use an iPhone or an Android and use apps, and I'll show you exactly step by step. That's probably the easiest way. And then there's also programs like Photoshop and Canva. I'm also going to show you that way in case you're more comfortable doing that. Now, if you like real business advice, if you like practical tutorials for your business or personal brand that you can actually take and implement and get results, please click that subscribe button down below and click the bell icon so you get my weekly business tutorials that I pump out every single week. I try to really add a lot of value in these business tutorials, and they're from personal experience. So if you're stuck and you're wondering how to make those highlights, we're gonna get into it right now.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to go over to make these Instagram highlight icon covers is if you're using your iPhone or your Android. There's different apps. There's apps called like Uncut or Fonto. There's so many different image apps. I try to make it as simple and easy as it can be. So I'm using this app called InShot. It's the one I'm used to. It's the one right up here. If you can see my iPhone that I'm sharing, you see this InShot app. So the first thing you need to do though is you need to get the images that you want to use for your highlight so that we could customize it. So the first thing I want to do is I want to get a background image. So I'm going to go over to Safari on my phone and I'm going to look up, I use Pexels or Pixabay. Those are free stock image sites. So I'm going to get my background image from here and let's look for gray background. That kind of fits my theme. Remember, you want it to match your business theme, so whatever colors you use. Here, I like this stone one. So let's see if I can get a large size. That's going to be good enough. Let me see if I could download it. If not, let me see if I could save it to my phone. Right here, you see where it says save image. So we want to save the image to the phone. So that's saved. And then the other thing I want to get a gold YouTube logo, and I want to make sure that this is transparent, and I'll show you why. Click images. I just googled that. Let's see what we have here. Alright, I like this, and pretty much you want it to be transparent so that I'm gonna lay this over that gray background. So what we'll do here is, let's see if I can visit the site. Alright, so I opened it like that. I held onto it. It opened. You see that center bottom button right here. We want to click on that again, and I want to see if I could save the image again to my, right there, save image. That went to my phone. Now I'm going to open up InShot. This is the app InShot. I'm going to click the center photo. And then you see I have those two photos right there. That's my yellow, gold YouTube transparent button, and then my backdrop that I want, that gray stone. So first I'm going to start with the gray stone. I want to make it full, so I'm going to click those two little arrows to the left so it becomes full like that. I don't want that blurriness above and top. That's just me, you know. And then canvas all the way to the left bottom, canvas, click on canvas, and we're going to make it the 916. You know, just like how the stories are. So we want to make it sure it's 916. And then right here, this green bar in the center, you want to pull it all the way. I want the stone to fully take up that space and then hit the check mark to the right next to canvas. Now that's my backdrop, right? So we need it this size because that's how big the stories are, and you got to send this to your story in order to make it your highlight cover icon. So we're making pretty much the story size. So the 916 we picked, that's my backdrop. Now the next thing I do is I'm going to click where the face is, where it says sticker. And then to the left of that yellow play button is the image icon. I'm going to click that, and now I'm going to pick the button. See how now that overlays? It's because this button is a PNG file. You want to make sure that you're downloading a transparent PNG file so that there's no white around it. It's completely cut out. And then what I like to do is I like to make it a little smaller in the center. Go a little bit more. I don't want to crook it. Just straighten it out. That size right there is pretty much where it could be. Again, this comes down to your opinion on how big you want that in the center of your icon. And we're going to be able to adjust a little bit. I'll show you once we put this to our highlight. I'm making a YouTube highlight icon cover for my Instagram profile, and you're going to see how I do that. So I just hit check. All right, now what I want to do is up at the top right, there is a download button. I'm going to click that. It's processing photo. It pretty much just downloaded it to my phone, and now it's taking me through some. These apps have these stupid ads that run. I just X out to the top left, X out of it. It's saved to my phone, so now I could just go out of that. Now I'm going to go to my Instagram account. I'm going to click on my story. I'm going to add to my story, and you see right to the left, my story, I can add that image I just made. You see, I'm going to click on it. That's the image I just made inside of InShot. The InShot app, that's the image I just made. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send that to my story. Done. So what I'm going to do now is go to my profile all the way to the bottom right, and I'm going to click New Highlight right here in the middle, that plus highlight. I'm going to click that highlight. And now you see that the bottom right here is that new highlight story that I made. So I'm going to click on that, and then I'm going to click Next up at the top right. And you see, look, my cover is right there. Now I could click, I'm going to name this YouTube, all capitals, YouTube, because this highlight's going to be all my YouTube stuff. And then what I'll also do is I want to put, let's see, a video camera. I think they have a better video camera. This one's good, I think. I'll leave that, edit cover. Now when you edit cover, look, you're going to be able to zoom in, zoom out, you know, so move it where you want. I like to center it, I think right there is good, I think. Done. Boom. And then I'm going to add this, and look at that. So now you see I have my YouTube with the video, I have my podcast, and I'm going to add more with you guys. That's how you do it inside the photo apps. Very simple. I try to make it easy so that you can see it's just layers. But again, remember, you're going to pick your background color, make sure it matches whatever business you're doing it for or personal brand you're doing it for. And then you want to make sure that the image that you're going to put over the background color is a transparent PNG file. That's it. Very simple. Now I'm going to show you how to do this in Canva or Photoshop. Okay, so we're going to jump into that now. Okay, so now I'm in Canva. I'm going to show you real quick how to do this in Canva. I'm going to make another highlight icon cover for my profile. And I'm in Canva. So what I do is I'm going to do custom dimensions. And I want to make this 1080 by 1920. This is, again, we're making a story size. And then what I'm going to do is I want to upload my background. So what am I going to do again? I'm going to go back over to Pexels, gray background. This time I'm using my desktop to do this. So here we go. Go over here. I only need a large. And download. It's going to download. Just X out of this. Okay, so what we want to do now, we got our background saved to the computer. Now I'm going to go over to Google and I'm going to look for, gold training icon. I'm going to use this for my training and my course. So like something like this. Again, I'm just using this to show you as an example. I'll probably switch it up because you want to check. If it says copyright, this might be someone's graphic, but we want to make sure we're going to save this image. Let's just look at this for a second. See, portable network graphics, that's a good sign. PNG, that means it's a PNG file. If it said JPEG, it's not going to be good because then you're not going to be able to just have this lay over your gray background or black background or whatever background you want. Remember, we want transparent. That's why you see this checkered in the background. But sometimes even if you search in Google and you put transparent, if it's not a PNG file, you end up seeing this checkered square over your background. You don't want that. So PNG, good. We'll just gold teaching icon. That's saved to my desktop. Now I could go back into Canva. I can upload an image. We're going to upload this gray background. We're going to pull it over, and we'll pull it up like this. I like to get the design in the middle. There we go. That looks good. Make sure the whole white's good. Okay. Now we're going to upload an image. Go to desktop. Here's my gold icon of teaching. Okay, so what you want to do next is once you have your other image in, you're going to drag that over. Now this right here allows you to cut off some, but if you drag from the corner, it will actually make it smaller. We want to make it smaller, so I think about that size. Center it right about there. I'll probably actually take off some of the teacher. A little bit smaller. Right there should be good. It looks like it's a little crooked. Let's see if I can straighten it out right there. That seems good. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually save this, download, PNG, download, preparing my design. This is going to go to my desktop. You can name it whatever you want. And then what I like to do is to get it onto my Instagram highlight, I'm going to find it. So I renamed it on my desktop, and then I was able to find it right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to airdrop it so it doesn't lose quality. So I'll go to share, airdrop, and my phone's going to pop up. Let me just make sure my phone is good. There it is. I will click on that. It just went to my phone, and now I have it on my phone, and I will add it to my highlight like I did with the other one. Okay, so now you can see I'm back on my phone sharing the screen, and let's add another highlight. We're gonna click, well, the first thing we have to do, if you notice, if I just click highlight right now, you notice that I can't see the image that I just made over here. And the reason is we have to add it to the story first. So what we're going to do is go back. We have to add it to our story. There it is, because I airdropped it from my computer to my phone. This is what we want to add. We're going to send to. I know it's a little strange to do that. And now we're going to go add the highlight. There it is. And now this is all my training and my courses. I'm just going to go next, and I'm going to name this training. And for this, we can put something like a light bulb, add. And I want to center it more. I think it could be centered better. We'll go to edit highlight, edit cover, and we'll put in the center like right. I think there's good. Done. I think I like that better. Let's see. Let's X out of this. Yeah, I like that a little better. So there we go. Training, YouTube, podcast. And that's how we keep adding, and we'll add another one now, and I'll show you quick in Photoshop. I like to keep it very simple, very easy. This is an easy way to do it. Now, if you're a little bit better with these Canva or Photoshop, you can add other like layers on. As long as it's a transparent background, we can end up putting like a gold circle around this or a triangle around this. It's up to you. Just start doing it with the apps. If you just have your iPhone and Android, it's the easiest way. And if you want to start messing with things and putting layers, you could just learn. It's all about just taking action with it. Now we will jump into Photoshop. Okay, so we're going to jump into Photoshop now. First thing you got to do, again, same thing. Download your background. I already have it. I usually go with large, then download. Goes to your desktop or your download. Save there, because you're going to need this for your background. I was looking for a wolf gold transparent. So, okay, so we have this one. Save image as. Remember, PNG. Save that. We want to make sure always it's PNG. Now we'll open up Photoshop. Come down to Launchpad here. Photoshop. And we're going to create File, New. And then right here we want to do same size as would do in Canva, 1080 by 1920. This is the size that we use. There it is. Now I like to go layer, new layer to make it simple. Layer 1, leave it as layer 1, that's fine. Now what we'll do is I'll go find gray backdrop. Here it is, floor gray. If you drag it over into Photoshop, it will load in there. And then what I do is I go to the corner so I see the double arrow, hold shift, and I will pull apart holding shift. Let me move this over so you can see fully. I'll move it up a little bit. I'll move it over so I can grab the corner again. And we just want to make sure it fills this whole white space. So there we go. Then I'll come over here, click this top left arrow right here, and it's going to say place it here. Yes, place it. There we go. I come back up to the top. You might not be able to see, but I click on layer, new layer again, new layer. Yep, and we'll name this one layer 2. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for that wolf gold icon. Now I'm going to do the same thing. Drag it over. There it is. I want to make it a little bit smaller. So what I do is I go to the corner, I hold shift, and as I'm holding shift, I drag it down. I'll put it in the center. I will X out of that. That looks good right about there. And then I got to go back to this arrow up here, top left, click that arrow. Yes, place it there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over to the right side of Photoshop, right click on this layer, which is the wolf's face, go to blending options, and I just want to see something if I could like mess with it. See, I added a drop shadow. It kind of made it like stand out a little more. What if I did in a shadow? Outer glow, inner glow. I know I kind of like just the drop shadow. Stroke. Let's see. That's cool too. It looks like a little much. So let me just see something. I don't know if I double click this. Yeah. So let me see if we can bring it down on that. Yeah, we'll put it right about there. So you can mess with what that looks like by right-clicking that layer and then going to blending options. So I like what that is. Now I'm going to save this file, save as. I don't want to save it as a Photoshop file. I'm going to save it as a JPEG file. And I'm going to name this. This is going to be for life JPEG. Save it to the desktop. Boom. Yes. Now I'm going to go find it. So once you find it on your desktop, right-click, and the same thing that you would do is you're airdropping it. Go to share, airdrop. We're going to airdrop it to the phone. My phone should pop up any second. There it is. See this? Click it. You'll see my phone will get it once I click this. Waiting. Boom. And I'm going to accept it on my phone. This way the quality stays good. I'm going to jump onto Instagram. Go add another story. Because remember, we got to add it to the story first. Where is it? There it is. Send to. Send it to my story. Done. Now what I want to do, add another highlight. Because it went to my story, I could check on it. Go to next. Edit cover. So I'm going to name this one Lifestyle. And now I just zoomed in and I'm going to just move this around a little bit. Get a little bit better center. I think that's good there. See? Lifestyle with the little wolf. Add. And there we go. Now we got the lifestyle. That's it. That's how you would do it in Photoshop. I hope that made it very simple. You're just pretty much creating a 1080 by 1920 graphic story size, putting it in the center, and then when you go and add to your highlight, you're kind of zooming in and centering it. Again, if you know Photoshop a little better, you can end up making other things in here, like picking different colors, making new layers. Like let's say I wanted more gold stuff, I could try to find like more gold color. I could, make squares, make circles around. You could make different layers in Canva or Photoshop. That's pretty much how you do it. Android, iPhone. If you're using Canva, if you're using Photoshop.
I hope this tutorial really helped you out. If you have any questions at all, please leave them down in the comment section below. And please, if this added some value, please share it with any other creators or personal brands or people looking to grow their business. This can really help them. And also like and ask any questions you'd like down below, and I'll see you in the next video.